Earth had always been blissfully ignorant of the impending darkness that lurked among the shadows of power. Unbeknownst to humanity, extraterrestrial beings had descended upon the planet decades ago, seamlessly integrating themselves into positions of influence and authority. Their nefarious agenda was cunningly concealed beneath the facade of common positions of power, CEOs, politicians, and influential figures who were thought to be the pillars of society. The aliens, known as the Xantharians, possessed a malevolent intelligence that far surpassed human comprehension. Their ability to mimic and manipulate the minds of those in power allowed them to infiltrate every corner of human society. For years, they patiently observed and gathered information, refining their strategy for the inevitable conquest. Dr. Emily Turner, a brilliant astrophysicist, had stumbled upon a series of anomalies in cosmic radiation patterns during her research. Little did she know that these anomalies were signals sent by the Xantharians, signaling their impending invasion. As she delved deeper into her investigation, she unknowingly drew the attention of the alien infiltrators. One fateful night, as Emily worked tirelessly in her laboratory, a shadowy figure silently approached her. Unseen hands seized her, and before she could react, she was injected with a mysterious substance. The world blurred around her, and as consciousness slipped away, she heard an otherworldly voice whispering promises of power and dominion. Days later, Emily emerged with a new purpose. She had become a pawn in the Xantharians' game, her once brilliant mind now bent to serve their insidious agenda. From her position within the scientific community, she subtly manipulated research findings, steering human advancement towards paths that benefited the alien invaders. As the Xantharians continued to infiltrate, their insidious influence reached the highest echelons of power. Governments fell under their sway, and the unsuspecting populace remained oblivious to the impending doom that lurked just beyond their perception. The aliens skillfully orchestrated global events, exploiting the natural divisions among nations and heightening tensions to distract humanity from their true purpose. Violence erupted across the world as conflicts flared, all carefully orchestrated by the Xantharians to weaken human resistance. Their clever warfare extended beyond the physical realm, delving into the manipulation of information, technology, and even the human psyche. Each act of violence was a calculated move, a step closer to the ultimate subjugation of Earth. Among the most powerful puppet masters were humanoid Xantharians who had taken on human forms. Xylok, the CEO of a multinational conglomerate, used his influence to control the global economy. His cold, calculating eyes hid the malevolent intelligence that schemed behind the scenes. Senator Veronica Draken, a charismatic politician, swayed public opinion with her hypnotic speeches while secretly working to dismantle any resistance to the Xantharian agenda. Emily, now a key player in the alien conspiracy, continued her subversive work within the scientific community. She manipulated breakthroughs in technology to ensure that human innovations inadvertently served the Xantharian cause. As she delved deeper into the darkness, fragments of her old self fought to break free, haunted by the knowledge of the destruction she was aiding. Resistance, however, began to stir in the shadows. A clandestine group of rebels, aware of the alien infiltration, operated in secret. Led by Captain Marcus Kane, a former military strategist who had narrowly escaped the clutches of the Xantharians, the resistance aimed to expose the extraterrestrial threat and rally humanity against its unseen oppressors. Kane and his team, comprised of skilled individuals who had managed to resist the Xantharian influence, embarked on a perilous mission to unveil the truth. Their journey took them across continents, infiltrating the highest levels of power and navigating the complex web of deceit woven by the aliens. As the rebels delved deeper into the heart of the conspiracy, they faced relentless opposition. The Xantharians, aware of the threat to their carefully laid plans, unleashed their controlled puppets to eliminate the resistance. Infiltrating the highest levels of the military and intelligence agencies, the aliens manipulated human resources to their advantage. The battles waged in the shadows were violent and intense. From covert operations to high-stakes political maneuvers, the rebels fought tooth and nail against an enemy that hid in plain sight. Each victory was hard-fought, and each defeat came with a heavy toll. The turning point came when the rebels uncovered the true nature of the Xantharians' plan. The aliens aimed to create a global network of control, using their influence over technology, finance, and politics to subjugate every nation. They sought not only domination but the enslavement of the human mind, a manipulation so profound that resistance would become futile. With this newfound knowledge, the rebels launched a desperate last stand. A coordinated effort to expose the Xantharians to the world unfolded, with Marcus Kane leading the charge. Infiltrating major media outlets, hacking into secure government servers, and strategically leaking information, the rebels unveiled the extraterrestrial threat to a shocked and disbelieving world. The revelation sent shockwaves across the globe. Governments crumbled, and the public erupted in chaos as the truth of the alien infiltration became impossible to ignore. The Xantharians, their carefully laid plans unraveling, unleashed their full wrath upon the rebels. Violent clashes erupted in the streets as humans fought against the alien-controlled forces that sought to maintain the status quo. In the midst of the chaos, Emily, torn between her allegiance to the Xantharians and the remnants of her humanity, faced a pivotal choice. Confronted by Marcus Kane, her former self struggled to break free from the alien influence that bound her. The battle within her mind mirrored the war unfolding on the global stage. As the rebels and the Xantharians clashed in a final, cataclysmic confrontation, Earth hung in the balance. The violence escalated to unprecedented levels, and the very fabric of society unraveled. It became a war not just for physical survival but for the preservation of humanity's spirit, the resilience that defined the essence of Earth. In a climactic showdown, Marcus Kane confronted Xyloc, the puppet master of the Xantharians on Earth. The battle raged on multiple fronts: physical, technological, and psychological. The fate of the world teetered on the edge, and the violent struggle reached a crescendo that would determine the course of history. As the dust settled and the echoes of violence faded, the surviving remnants of humanity faced the arduous task of rebuilding. The Xantharians, thwarted in their quest for dominion, retreated from the shadows, leaving behind a shattered world struggling to heal. The scars of the extraterrestrial invasion lingered, etched into the collective memory of humanity. The once hidden war of shadows had been exposed, and the remnants of the Xantharian influence were rooted out. Earth, scarred and battered, stood on the precipice of a new era, forever changed by the violence and cunning warfare of beings that had descended upon it from the cosmos. As the survivors rebuilt their shattered societies, they faced the daunting task of ensuring that the lessons learned from the shadows of power were not forgotten. The scars of the past served as a stark reminder that vigilance and unity were humanity's greatest weapons against the darkness that lurked in the vast expanse of the universe.